Welcome to Stick Shift Hot Wheels. Today I'm doing a review of my 108 count Carney acrylic case to display die-cast vehicles. I purchased the case with undivided shelves, and that equates to 9 cars per row according to Carney. As you can see, you can sometimes fit 10 or even 11 cars to a row depending on their length. I highly recommend purchasing the white backing. If you purchase the mirrored backing, you basically are looking at yourself in a mirror behind all the cars, and it makes it really hard to see the cars as well. This white backing really pops and makes the cars stand out, which is the whole point of a case. The acrylic is very high quality, and it makes the Hot Wheels cars look like they are in a museum display case. That's how awesome this case looks. It makes the cars look absolutely gorgeous, and you can really see the metallic flake in the paint and the shine in the Spectra frame chrome-like finish. The shelves are clear acrylic, so if you want to look at the base of the cars, you can. The case has this acrylic cover that opens up so you can load the cars easily. The quality of this case is on a whole nother level compared to the cases that Hot Wheels were selling. If I'm honest, those looked like they were complete junk and they were 50 bucks a pop. The RLC cars look like crown jewels and look absolutely amazing in this case. Look at how they sparkle and shine. Tell me that is not absolutely awesome. Some of the best Hot Wheels ever made. I was skeptical at first because this case is $114 with shipping, but now that I've had it since June, it is absolutely worth every penny. It's nice to have some of these cars open out of the package where you can really enjoy them on a daily basis, and that's what this case is all about, enjoying your collection every single day and not in some drawer. The first edition cars were originally 99-cent cars, but when they're sitting inside this Carney case, they look like they are way more expensive than that, and that's quite impressive. This goes without saying, but I think many collectors don't open their Hot Wheels RLC cars. You have to open the RLC cars. The mirror-like Spectra Flame finish is like candy. It's just amazing. The first couple cars were extremely hard for me to open, but once I opened the first few and I discovered the amazingness of the Spectra Flame finish, I quickly discovered that I have to open every single one that I have because they're going to look amazing together in this case. As you can see, I have the Hot Wheels RLC 2020 vehicles. The Hot Wheels 2021 vehicles are coming along strong, and I have some of my favorites on the very row above that. If you're on the fence about buying a Carney case, just trust me, purchase one. You're going to absolutely love it. The quality of it blew my mind. It is absolutely awesome, and it's going to be the centerpiece of your collection. And if you're like me, you're going to end up wanting to order more than one. The case is very low profile, which is nice, so if you're putting it in an area where you may walk past it, it doesn't stick out far at all. I mounted my case where there wouldn't be any sunlight. The case has UV protection, but I don't know if I would want my cars sitting in the sun for multiple hours per day. Just something to keep in mind. Installation was easy. It's held onto the wall by these 4 screws. If you're placing cases next to each other or having cases stacked on one another, you may need to decide if you want it to be hinged from the top or hinged from the bottom for opening the protective cover. The white acrylic backing is great because it doesn't show very much dust on the dust cover. And the acrylic doesn't really accumulate much dust to begin with. I'm really impressed. I thought this thing was going to get super dusty really quickly, but it's not. Overall, I am extremely happy with this Carney case. I would 100% recommend purchasing one if you're a die-cast collector. This second row here has 11 cars, and you can rotate the cars a little bit. They don't have to be exactly straight in the case. Some of these other rows have 10 cars in them, but if I'm honest, it's a little bit crowded for my liking. As I mentioned earlier, I ordered this case without dividers, and I did that for one particular car. which is the yellow 1996 first edition Street Cleaver. The car is too long to fit into the case with the 9-cell divided option. So if you're ordering a case, do yourself a favor and order the case undivided. You're going to find a car deep buried into your collection that is super long that won't fit into the normal case, and you will thank me later. I love having the option to maneuver the cars together and to put very, very small ones in a row with a couple of long cars, or to have the option to create weird scenarios like the excavator and the Ford F-150 that you see here. The VW T1 Rockster and the Willys Jeep are the tallest castings that I have in my case, and the T1 Rockster just barely fits. The exception to the rule is the Speedosaurus with its flexible spines. Literally, the spines bend a little bit to fit into the case. Other than that casting, all the other cars have fit into the case beautifully. The iconic 1996 first edition Volkswagen drag bus fits in. I mean, it's a tight squeeze. There's a little bit of space there. The Volkswagen T1 Rockster just barely fit in the case. I mean, there's like millimeters to spare. So that was a very close call. As they say, your mileage may vary and not every car will fit into this case. One thing to note, the acrylic is quite slick and the mainline plastic wheels will roll on this surface quite easily. Sometimes the cars have a tendency to bump one another when you're loading them, so be careful when you're putting them in. Thankfully, the Real Rider tires of the RLC cars create some resistance and they don't roll very well on this surface. The craftsmanship of the case is second to none. The welds are perfect, the seams are perfect, there's no scratches in the acrylic display cover or anything. It's absolutely phenomenal. I'm very impressed. Without a doubt, this has been one of my best die-cast purchases ever. I should have done this when I started collecting back in 2018. It has been fun organizing the cars into this case, and I have constantly been switching up what's in here and what's in each row, and it's just been a great way to display my Hot Wheels passion. Thank you for watching my review of the Carney case 108 count case with a white backing. If you like this video, you may also like to watch some of my other Hot Wheels videos, such as my 1995 model series, 1996, and 1997 first edition videos. Have a great day. Happy peg hunting.